Cooking Asian food has always been a way for me to connect to my roots. And when we first started, it was always really focusing on authentic flavors. But as we've kind of grown, it's really more of my perspective on what Asian food is in America and what being Asian American means in general, which is really like cross ethnic boundaries and really weaving in the fabric of an American identity and these Asian flavors. I don't want to be a spokesperson for true, authentic Asian experiences, but I think what we end up giving off is like, what is a real experience to us? Spoken English is my fourth restaurant, and all of our restaurants have a bit of an Asian food story to tell.
All my training is modern American and French fine dining, but it's been very helpful that we're not, as we say, like purveyors of strict authenticity. I'm clearly not Asian, so we try to make sure that people know that we want this to be an American experience, but it's through these different cultural lenses.
So there's 3 sections to the menu: small plates, kushiyaki, and then the 2 large entrees. Doing the kushiyaki allows the chefs to be more creative on a daily basis, and then it allows the guests to really pick and play the kind of dining experience that they want. For the chicken yakitori, you get a piece of chicken thigh, you get a piece of chicken breast, chicken wing, chicken meatball, chicken skin chips, you get a cup of soup. We make a pate from the liver that we serve on toast.
It's really fun. It's one of the dishes on the menu that I wish I didn't work here because I live down the street and then I could come in and eat it and have a beer. Every part we prepare different. A lot of it is grilled, but the chicken breast is cooked sous vide first, and it's served with 2 sauces and shiso and scallions. Every piece has its own little flair. I'm pretty addicted to eating the chicken skin chips. We do a really great chicken heart.
Forgot about the chicken hearts.
Has sort of a Korean barbecue type of marinade on it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we're always thinking about little tweaks, and maybe we can add chicken gizzards that we could confit to this, or maybe chicken feet. Can we find new parts of the chicken to serve?
So we've been serving the Taiwanese blood cake across our different restaurants for a long time now. And the Taiwanese blood cake is one of these Taiwanese night market dishes that was a code that we wanted to crack. It's kind of a mix between a classic blood sausage, but you're folding in a lot of rice. You're basically steaming pig's blood with the rice, and that's how you get it. This is definitely like a very rustic, old school Taipei street dish that we've put in this refined environment that people are really into.
I think in Taiwan, you said it's usually like on a stick, like a fair dish, almost like rolled in crushed peanuts and a bunch of cilantro. And we turned it into a really like nice, pretty plated appetizer. We just took all the same flavors and elements and added this little bit of a refined touch to it.
There was never any doubt that the dish that we were making was good, was just whether or not like people would get it. But I think as we were building the opening menu, the whole menu was adventurous. So we were like, let's just go for it. So our last main staple dish is our spoken English roast duck. Originally, we really wanted to do something that was Peking duck. Beijing is famous for its Peking duck. What I've noticed is that the real high-end Peking duck restaurants were using Italian pizza ovens, which I thought was super cool. And I was like, we have to do this. We have to bring this Peking duck style roasting to Washington, D.C., because it just blew my mind. So you can either have really crispy skin and dry ass meat, or you can have really soggy skin and delicious meat. There was no in between the two. And I think we've managed to have great skin that's not traditional Peking duck skin and incredibly flavorful meat.
You get a lot of layering of flavor from the spices in the broth and the smoke from the wood oven. We cut all the traditional Peking duck skin, super thin, like really like crackling off of the duck, and we serve that. The legs that we took out in the beginning of the process get confit in duck fat and served in a warm salad. And then we serve it with a pretty traditional northern Mexican style tortilla made with duck fat. Then we serve them with hoisin that we make, ginger scallion sauce, and then the traditional cucumbers and scallions.
There's so many different ways to do duck. We're mixing like French roasting technique with Beijing style. So I think our duck is uniquely our duck. It has its own really unique flavor profile and vision to it. These guys definitely embrace the heart of Asian cooking, which to me is not the flavor, but it's the idea of doing the same thing every day and doing one step to make it better. There is a passion in being more consistent while taking new steps to be better. So things like blood cake to duck, it's like there's a real evolution in the process, and you're always trying to figure out new steps to make the flavor better.